agree with the Bible, you'll agree with this. But do you think somebody who is just, they're living their life, I don't know, they've heard of the Bible, but they don't believe in it. Do you think they deserve like infinite torture?
Um, where's somebody going to be the recipient of torture?
Well, theoretically, I mean, the lake of fire. I mean, that would
That's not
be
torture.
that's not torture. Eternity
That
of like
no.
gnashing of teeth is what it says.
No, it's
Yeah, that's not
eternal suffering.
torture is where you inflict um, mental or physical pain or anguish for the purpose of gaining cooperation or some type of sadistic from somebody suffering. People who suffer in eternal hell will suffer because they deserve it. It's
Okay,
justice.
suffering, I guess.
That's like, well, let me ask you this question. People who are behind bars and they're miserable because they're behind bars, are they being tortured?
Probably no. Yeah, I guess you're right. You wouldn't use that terminology.
You see,
I mean, it'd be yeah.
you're referring to that state of eternal damnation and torture. That's a misrepresentation and mischaracterization of what God says it is. It's the final place of justice for people who are in rebellion against God.
Sure. I guess yeah. There's not. I don't see a huge distinction between torture and like a
If I
huge amount of
told you that
suffering.
Disney, if I told you that Disney was a wonderful park where people could go and have a good time, and I described it as free, you would say, well, that's a misrepresentation. Disney's not free. You can go there and have a fun time, but it's not free. You have to pay a fee.
Sure.
When you characterize whatever mental, physical suffering there will be, um, whatever that final state is, as depicted by the Bible, as torture, you're misrepresenting it. That's a false representation.
All right. I'll be more accurate with my language. But just the main point of like, do
I'm
you
not trying to
think?
condemn you. I'm just respectfully disagreeing.
Sure. Yeah. No. I'd acknowledge that. I'd use a different terminology than torture there. But like, just on a like, I don't know if you just have like a good or like quote unquote good person, they're just living their life, they don't believe in God. Do they deserve, do you think, like eternity of gnashing of teeth and being cast in the lake of fire?
That's not up for me to decide. That's up to God to decide, and He's already declared that. Everyone is in rebellion against God, and everyone has the opportunity in their time and place in human history through God's sovereignty and providence to turn to God. God convicts them in the quietness of their own mind in their life that they're in a sinner, guilty before God and in need of salvation, and they do not respond to the light that God gives them in their time and place in history.
Hmm. So you think there wouldn't be a scenario where an atheist gets into heaven? Or perhaps, I don't know. Do you any thoughts on that?
No,
No. Okay.
no.